I initiated the Darfur Archives in order to document the rich cultural traditions and oral history of those Darfuri tribes targeted by the government of Sudan for extermination, primarily the Fur, Zagawa, and the Masalit.
In 2003, Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir and his cabal launched a merciless campaign of destruction upon the non-Arab tribes of Darfur. Al-Bashir was arrested, and he is wanted by the ICC for war crimes, namely the crime of genocide, including the murder, rape, and displacement of millions. Nearly 3 million survivors fled to hastily formed camps scattered across Darfur and eastern Chad. Today, 80 to 90% of Darfur's villages are ashes or occupied by others, Arab tribes from Chad and from distant Niger and Mali.
In one refugee camp, the Umda, a tribal leader, explained, "You know us very well. You know we are in mourning. We are suffering. We do not do these celebrations in the camps." I made it clear that I understand that they are suffering, and that this project is born of my deepest respect for them. I know something of the atrocities they have endured, and the injustices and deprivations they continue to face each day. I also respect what was once theirs, the traditions that were inseparable from their identity, which marked the most important passages in their lives and within their lost communities. The archives must exist for the children who are growing up in deplorable camps and amidst violence. It is for them and for the children of Darfur who otherwise may never know their own heritage.
The livelihood of the Darfurian people was once tied to the land. The Fur and the Masalit people are agriculturalists, the Zagawa, herders. Young people who know only life in the camps will not know the agricultural methods when peace finally comes and they can return to their land, nor will they know their own rich cultural traditions.
I pledged to the refugees that when, one day, peace comes, there will be a museum in the middle of Darfur, a place where the young people can go to reclaim what is theirs. I then told them I would be at a designated spot at the edge of the camp every day for a month. I will simply operate the camera. They could decide what should be preserved. It's for them, for the children of Darfur, and for the generations to come. In the thousands they came each day, and they brought forth their treasures. I have filmed some 35 hours of songs, dances, celebrations of coming of age, marriage, planting, harvesting, visiting neighboring villages, children's stories, mourning and honoring the dead. The elders shared their memories and the stories told to them by their grandparents. We have gone back 300 years.
Kiming fukuran tale, kaya nating balat ko. Hukoy balat tanda ko kada megero. Kiming anak ko nang ti amarchan, kiming malha sa gurba ambusa. Kiming miningagani daw ko masan.
The refugees took over this project as their own, which of course it is. I spent a month in the Gozumir refugee camp. At the end of my stay, the refugees donated some 200 artifacts they had brought with them when they fled their villages, everyday items they had used before their lives were destroyed. The artifacts are photographed and are currently being stored at the U.S. Embassy in Chad. And the old Umda rewarded me bountifully when he said, "Thank you for reminding us to remember." It is bewildering that no one has done this for the people of Darfur. Traditions in Darfur have been passed through the generations orally, When the ways of conveying traditions break down completely, the culture is lost. The project has in so many ways exceeded my goals. I could not have anticipated such wholehearted support from the refugees. But at least one more trip back to the refugee camps will be necessary in order to form a complete archive. I'll need to visit other camps in another part of eastern Chad in order to film the people of North Darfur, where the traditions are different.
As you see, while he is singing, no one is shouting, no one is playing or dancing, because they are hearing just very sad. And he mentioned in his song what happened for us from government troops as well as Janjaweeds. Also the robbers who loot the houses, who are looting our things, killing people and taking their things. So he said, what happened for us? Very bad and very sad. It isn't good for him to repeat again, to let people sing this again. And as you see, they are very sad. So he's asking the youth how we can stay here. We let our relations were dead. How we can stay here and we let Darfur. So he's calling the youth to go back again to Darfur. Yeah, this is what he said. And no one shout, no one is playing. The sorrow is on their faces.
The primary importance of the archive is that it will exist for Darfuris in the future. But also, it will serve as an important tool to show the world what extraordinary people we've been talking about, and how rich and meaningful their customs and traditional way of life once were. I believe seeing the ceremonies and hearing the stories will bring Darfur's remarkable and courageous people into focus in new ways.